Welcome to Subramani. This is part 2 of the how to research and pick stocks. I'm not getting into whether to pick stocks, that is your call, but having decided that, I spoke about fundamental analysis. Now I'm speaking of technical analysis, which is the price volume ratio study. So is the price increasing at increasing prices, or is the price falling with falling volume, right? So all those things teach you about technical analysis. So some people like to do fundamental analysis, some people like to do technical analysis. So technical analysis is about learning about how charts work, etc., and that's what you are looking at. So that's the idea, that the stock market, the fundamental analysts believe that with all the data and the knowledge that I have of understanding how the management works, how the numbers are, I will be able to decide what shares to buy. However, there are people who believe that it is impossible to know exactly what is happening in the company at every point in time. But however, if good things are happening, people connected to the company who know it, which means the employees, the vendors, etc., maybe the auditors, will all buy the share, and therefore the price will go up. So the price volume ratio will be favoring, saying, look, that you look at the chart and say, oh, this is looking very good, so it's a good time to be buying. And the reverse, when the company is not doing well, people close to the company, the vendors, etc., will be selling the shares. So you know that there is buying happening and there is selling happening because of the price volume ratio. Now this also makes sense, because sometimes some change in the management, some fire in some important part of the factory, etc., could be impacted, and that information will reach you much later than it will reach the insiders who may have already sold the share, saying, oh my god, this fire is going to have a substantial impact on the price of the share. Right? So they would have so they believe, the technical analysts believe, all that you can do through fundamental analysis cannot be captured ever in full, incomplete at that point in time. So therefore I will not stick to technical analysis, I will not stick to fundamental analysis, I will stick to technical analysis. Both are right, both have had great successes. Some people are good fundamental analysts, some people are good technical analysts. They may or may not like what each other person is doing, so it doesn't really matter. That brings us to another type of another amount of research that you should do, which is largely for your own self, is using the psychological aspects of stock investing. So whether you are anchoring around a price, whether it is confirmation bias. So for example, if you have shares of Colgate and I talk to you about Colgate and say how Colgate is a good share, you will feel very good and say, okay, I should buy more shares, or things like that, or you'll feel, well, very good, I know about this. But if I am talking to you about Hindustan Unilever, which is perhaps a better company, better ratios, etc., then you might ignore that and say, oh, anyway, I don't have a HUL. But end of it, when you hear the truth, maybe you should sell Colgate and buy HUL. Maybe that is the message, or maybe the message is sell Nestle and buy Colgate, or sell Colgate and buy Nestle, whatever. I'm talking of similar companies in the same industry. Now what happens is, tendency is to hear only what you want to hear. You don't hear the other portion. So if I tell you Colgate is good and you have Colgate, it falls in your ear. If I tell you Nestle is good and you have Colgate, then it does not fall in your ear, because you're not looking at that investment. So psychologically knowing what is happening, what you are capable of doing, what mistakes you will make, and all that is also important. So psychology of investing is also important. Analyze how you behave, what you will do, right? All that is that is very important. Also be realistic. Not at the end of this video you're not going to become a great investment analyst. I'm just telling you what investment analysts do. So yes, there are some people who, I think Bajaj Finserv Mutual Fund is running a fund based on how people behave. Behavioral finance is what is driving them. I don't know how important or how different the results will be, but there will be some companies which believe in a lot of technical analysis, some people who believe in fundamental analysis, some who do deep value investing, saying, look, I'm going to have this portfolio and I have 2, 3, 5 years to wait. So they could be another type of investor. So all this combined together make you a good investor. So you need to understand fundamental, you need to understand technical, you need to understand the psychological aspects of investing. That is what makes you a good investor. This, what I have told you, is just the in a nutshell what professionals do. It is not to say that end of this 2-3 videos or 2 videos you will become a great investment analyst. Maybe you won't, but at least you know what is the process which people do, and you won't just buy a share because somebody tells you that you should buy it. They either believe in technical analysis and learn it, or believe in fundamental analysis and learn it. But please understand, the people who are doing it could be chartered accountants, could be MBA finance, and like I think Warren Buffett said, experience is the best thing that can happen to a good investment professional. So older investor may be better than a younger investor, but a younger investment analyst may be willing to take more risk. So you don't know, there is no hard and fast rule about what you should do, but these are broadly things which professionals do. So you can copy professionals, you can read about it, and then start doing it yourself, and then decide whether you really want to. I mean, assuming you want to invest in equities, you will do all this. Otherwise, you can just go and buy some mutual funds where a fund manager are doing all this, and he is charging you a fee for it. Thank you.